Assalamu alaikum, my friends. I am going to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is currently implementing its Vision 2030, which is to reduce the economy's dependence on oil. And one of the pillars to achieve this is by establishing a tourism sector. Using the new visa process that was announced last month in September 2019, I got my tourist visa within 1 hour. I found out about this new website through a banner which I saw in Singapore, as well as ironically on a YouTube ad. Now, I want to make it clear that my trip is not being sponsored. I am not part of any PR campaign, and therefore you will get my true, honest opinion. The website, visitsaudi.com, is a bit unintuitive to use. It took me in the end about 45 minutes to complete the application. I believe this can even be done in 15 minutes if the website is optimized a little bit for user experience. So, who is eligible for this new visa process? Well, it's Americans, Canadians, most of Europe, Singapore, Australians, New Zealand, and many others. I will post a link below. There are different types of visa that you can use this process for. I selected the leisure visa, and this website can also be used for Umrah, which is a type of pilgrimage in Islam. One thing to note is that this website cannot be used for Hajj visas. The information requested in this process is pretty much straightforward and expected. There was one part I didn't know what to answer. It said, what is your father's name or your middle name? Huh? How come this is an or question? How are these two related? One thing I don't like about this website is that I must buy a medical insurance, even though I already have one that covers me abroad. But the cost is 140 SAR or 37 USD, so okay, whatever. Now the visa is valid for multiple entries for a duration of 1 year, starting with the date of application. The total of my application comes to 463 SAR, which comes to about 123 USD. I paid with my credit card, and the credit card number I used for this transaction is 1428 1379 34. And here comes the part that truly impressed me. About 30 minutes after submitting my application, I got an email with my visa attached. But there is an error on my visa. My visa contains my father's name as my middle name, and it concerns me because it does not match my passport. Now, I sent a request to the website asking for clarification, and they replied that middle name mismatch is not a problem. As long as the first and last name match between passport and visa, then you're okay. As soon as I got my visa, I went to Google Flights and booked flights on the first opportunity that I have, going to Saudi. If you have recommendations on what I should do in Riyadh, then please let me know in the comments below. So the website gave some etiquette rules for Saudi Arabia, and some things are quite obvious, such as you cannot bring alcohol, no drugs, no materials that are offensive to Islam, no indecent materials, such as my channel, no PDA, no revealing clothing, though can men wear shorts? This is not really clear. Now, most of this is of course common sense. Nevertheless, there are some laws that are not intuitive or obvious to a Western tourist. For example, it's not allowed for a single man, which I will be, in Saudi Arabia, to sit in the family section of a restaurant. And secondly, you can get in trouble for taking pictures in public if, for example, it shows a person or it shows a government building. Now, of course, being respectful means you won't walk up and take a picture of someone's face. But if I take a picture of the street and there are people walking 20, 30 meters away, Am I violating the law? I don't know. It may be a gray zone. Nevertheless, I am very excited to go to Saudi Arabia and to see Riyadh. Please subscribe to my channel so that I can share my experiences in Saudi with you. Until then, see you next time. Ma'a salama.